One of the things that travel teaches you is that you learn that everybody makes mistakes, even you make mistakes, and you learn how to make peace with them, how to fix them, and then how to deal with not making them in the future. This was one of those days in Andorra that I realized that, yeah, even I make mistakes. Sometimes you go looking for adventure, sometimes adventure just happens to you. And I was having that second kind of day in Andorra. Hi, I'm Sunny and you're watching Sunny Solo, your passport for solo travel. I'm talking about my day in Andorra. So after I had that whole adventure of falling down in the shop front, I came back and cleaned up the wound and then decided to take a nap so that, calm my nerves, relax a little bit. It was a good idea. Then in the evening, I didn't want to go out very much, so I just had dinner in the hotel itself. And as I was sitting down for dinner, I realized something that had nothing to do with dinner. I suddenly remembered, hey, where's my jacket? I remembered that I had left my jacket in the bus. Yeah, the bus that brought me from Spain to Andorra. I had not missed it for 2 days because Andorra was warm, nice, pleasant weather, did not need a jacket. And it was not the worst thing that I had lost my jacket. The worst thing was that jacket is like my carry-all for everything. My niece calls it my handbag. She says like, don't call it jacket, call it backpack, because I carry so much stuff in there. It includes lots, like a couple of power banks, cables, earphones, and stuff like that, but also my card holder, which has my driving license and bank cards, credit cards, etc. Not a good thing to lose. So I went upstairs hoping that I had brought it but just did not remember it. But nope, it was not there. So I went back to the dining room and first thing I did was went on the website for the bus company and wrote them an email. There was obviously a lost and found section for that email on their website. So I put all the details in there. They asked for a lot of detail like seat number, which side you were sitting on, which time, which bus, all of that. I knew all of that and I had all other details in my email. So filled it up and I hoped that they would find it. They didn't. But then I could have dinner. Dinner was like a buffet dinner in the hotel, which was okay. I don't know how much it cost because I just charged it to my room and forgot about it. Then after dinner, I thought, let's go take a walk. My knee was still, a little bit tender from skinning it, but it was okay. I could wear pants, I could walk, so it was okay. So I went outside and Andorra is a small country, but Andorra la Vella, the capital city, is also very, very small. So just outside the hotel, I had the shopping area. So I took left there and went deep into the shopping area. And this is how you know that Andorra is a crime-free place, because you can read it. It says that on lots of websites and stuff. But when I went out, it was like 10 o'clock at night. And there were so many people walking around. There were quite a few pubs open, some clubs were open, you could hear music, and people were just walking in that main shopping street within the shopping area. And that time there were lights on and people just walking. The vibe was like being in a club or something, but outdoors. So it was very cool. And there was one place where they had piano keys rented on the street as well. I took a video. Then I walked for about 45 minutes until my knee started hurting. Then I came back and went to bed. I had 12 postcards, picture postcards to send. So I wrote them, and this is when you change countries too quickly in your trip, then you realize these challenges. I had 4 postcards to post from Andorra, but I had 8 postcards that were from Barcelona. And I thought, maybe can I drop them in a post box, in a letterbox here? Then I realized, no, how can I? Because they have the Spanish postage stamps on them. So, okay. So I just wrote them all messages and I decided, okay, tomorrow I'll find out where to go, how to post them from Barcelona, because I would have to go back to Barcelona from Andorra. Andorra doesn't have an airport. And then I would have some extra time that I could use to, find a letterbox. So next morning when I went out to post those postcards, I was going to take a bus. So the system was that a bus, little bus, like a mini bus, would pick me up from near the hotel, and then that would take me to the big bus. The big bus would take me a couple of hours journey back to Spain, Barcelona. So when I left in the morning, I asked the reception people, like, where can I post these postcards? So they told me, the lady at the reception, she made a map for me, like, we are here, you go here, at this corner, here's the post office, you can go post there. Okay, cool. So it was a good map. It was not very far and it was a good map that got me there. And there was letterbox outside the post office. I started to post the postcards there, but there was a girl walking by, young woman it looked like she was going to her office, but she stopped me and she said, I can't tell you what she said because I did not speak that much Spanish, but she managed to convince me in sign language that I should not do that. I should go around the corner, entrance to the post office, and post from there. And this is how I know when people are nice in a country or in a new city, when they help you even when you don't ask them, even when you don't speak their language and they don't speak your language. I quite like that. So I went around the curve and there was a post office entrance, went in, and those people were also all smiling, helpful, happy people. So it was took like a minute, 2 minutes to do the whole thing. And then I went and stood on my corner to wait for the minibus. Let's talk about the journey in the next one. For now, this is enough for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this Andorra series. I'll tell you more about the journey in the next one, and also a couple of, again, adventurous things and a happy ending as well in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Have a nice week.